Hey, how you doing, guys? My name is Josh, and today this video, much like the title you see, is called How to Identify Your Purpose. Now, don't mind me, I'm reading off of a sheet here. I'm not a professional YouTuber, I'm not a professional speaker. I'm just another person, another voice on the internet that is trying to give um, my 2 cents on what can help you and other people and the people around you do better in everyday life. So, once again, before I go on any further, this is just my own personal opinion, and I'm taking facts and wisdom, not everything, but some of it from other resources. So it's not all my opinion. I can't say it's all my opinion, but I just wanted to give you guys a head up. This is in no way professional advice. That being said, let's continue on. So, like the title says, this is how to identify your purpose. I wanted to make a video on this specifically because I find a lot of people, especially around my age group, which is around the 20 to 30-year-old age group, struggle with this. It's not something that's really taught in school. It's not a course or curriculum, a class, and I think it should be. There's in the Greek time period, and I forget exactly what the date is, but the Greeks went ahead and spent a lot of time focusing on more of the art side of life, which is very important because it showed and proved that not only was it good for one's soul and oneself, but it was also good in other areas like their math and their language skills. They were amazing. And then, of course, their art was absolutely amazing as well. So that being said, in America, we don't focus on those kind of things in general. Um, and it's a shame because it really can help elevate us. A lot of confusion we have in life sometimes is because we don't focus on these things. So that being said, let's continue to dive into a couple of these points that I have here that will hopefully help you. All right. So my first one is purpose often lies within fulfilling a need for others and yourself. And I'm going to expound upon that a little bit. When it comes to like fulfilling a need, it could literally be anything as long as it's something that's going ahead and helping someone or helping yourself grow or achieve a goal. Something as simple as helping someone carry groceries to their car from the store. Now, that might not be your overall purpose, but I'm talking about in a way of giving you purpose in an everyday kind of life things. A lot of times we're so focused on what we're trying to do to get ahead in our jobs or what we're trying to do to go ahead and get through the day instead of focusing on the more important things. And that's the relationships and the people around us because unfortunately, we don't do a good job at that. We kind of high and by everybody, in and out, don't take time for anybody, especially our family. I mean, and once you're gone, you're gone. You're not here on this plane of existence anymore with anybody. So, really, to take the time within our relationships for ourselves and for the people around us to make those connections to find purpose in it. Now, there is also a purpose further than that, like, in different religions, they call them callings. But I'm going to go ahead and just define it basically as purpose, fulfilling a need, something you're almost like destined to do. And I don't believe specifically that people are destined to do certain things, but I do believe there's a lot of things inside of people that they have to bring to the table and they don't because they don't put anything inside of themselves to bring anything out. And that's, like I said, if you feel better in general and you feel like you're completing things, your headspace and your mind is in a lot clearer space. I heard someone say a long time, sometimes you're, not doing enough for other people or taking care of yourself enough. And that's part of the reason why you're depressed, angry, and frustrated. And that's true because if you're all about yourself, there's no balance there. And if you're all about helping other people, there's no balance there either. You need to go ahead and make sure you have a healthy medium between the two, taking care of yourself and taking care of others. And even going as far to say doing kind random deeds for strangers, people you might not necessarily know, but you see a need. And those things will create a more positive and better attitude in your life to go ahead and help you succeed. Okay? So, number two, my second point, it's usually something you ponder and dwell upon. All right? So, now I'll use myself for an example. I'm an artist, a musician. I love and am constantly thinking of new music. If I didn't go ahead and write down music or record music or play my guitar, which is behind me, I don't know if you can see it in the shot, but I would definitely feel a lack of purpose in my life. It is something that I have been gifted in. And I don't like to use that term because some people also like to say this. I might do a video on this also, but some people like to say, oh, you can't go ahead and do that. You don't have that gift. Well, that's not true. Some people are naturally better at certain things than others, but it doesn't mean that you don't have that gift. It doesn't mean that you can't cultivate it. Some people just do excel faster at certain things. Some people can do certain things that other people can never do, but it doesn't mean you can't do it at all. So I just want to put that out there. But anyways, if you don't go ahead and do those needs that are dwelling inside of you, whether it's creating music or making a painting, or starting an animal shelter or whatever it is, becoming a doctor, you're shortchanging yourself of living your best life, living a purpose-filled life. And once again, why is it so important to live a purpose-filled life? Because if you're not living a purpose-filled life, then you're not really living. And why do I say that? Well, because living and our lives, our happiness and our sense of satisfaction comes from our relationships and our purpose. And those are two very big things. So if you're dwelling on it, if you're thinking about something a lot, don't think about it. Make plans and ideas to do it, because that's going to go ahead and bring you closer to that goal, which will help you live a purpose-filled life. So that's the second way you can go ahead and identify your purpose if you're dwelling on it. Okay, number 3, something you created that has a solution. And so if you're making things and you might not even be dwelling on it like so much, it's not like a passion of yours, but you're creating something and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this can fix that. And you constantly keep running into that, that might just indicate that that's something you're good at, which I would go ahead and propose is part of your purpose. Why? Because you're naturally gravitating towards it. Like I said before, certain things, some people just do better than other people. But that does not mean that other people can't achieve certain things, okay? Just because there are artists out there that can play like faster than me on guitar, or play different techniques that I just can't do, I don't have the coordination to do, doesn't mean I'm not good at other things that they aren't, and vice versa. And that goes across the board. There are certain doctors that are better at OBGYN, and there's other doctors that are better pediatricians that have better bedside manner. Everyone has a different toolkit of abilities that other people don't. All right, so if you're coming up with solutions for something, that's an indication of you going ahead towards your purpose, because you're naturally gravitating towards that. You're not doing anything to go ahead and figure it out. It's just happening, okay? And then the last thing I want to touch on, something you're passionate about. Now, this ties into the second point, but there's a difference between you going ahead and dwelling about something, like thinking about it, and then you going ahead and being truly passionate about it. Like, for example, I can think about, I want to go ahead and go get a cheeseburger today, and take it something as small as that. And you think about it for like a week or two. And then a month goes by, you don't get it, and then you think about it again. Now, are you passionate about cheeseburgers? No. You just had an idea. You were dwelling on something, you're thinking about something, which could lead possibly to maybe something deeper if you divulge into it. If you keep constantly thinking about food, different foods, then maybe you have a passion for food in general, and you might want to consider being a chef or doing something with food. And that's the conclusion I'm trying to draw to. If you have a true passion about something, it's going to come from a bunch of subcategories, which you're then going to have to draw a overall conclusion, an umbrella, so to speak. So like you'll have at the top your main thing, and then everything else will kind of like tree off from that or branch off from it. So if you're severely, severely passionate about something, it's going to show up in subconscious ways in your mind. For me, once again, I'll use my example with music. I'm constantly talking about, different types of music, constantly talking about different artists, wanting to go see shows, wanting to watch documentaries on music, wanting to look at all the different, instruments. Those are 5 different subcategories of music right there, which if I just kind of thought about those things and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, all these things tying together into what? Into music. Then that would have to be something I'm passionate about, because a bunch of these subcategories are pointing towards it. So you can use all of these different tactics to identify self-purpose within your life. And honestly, if you just go ahead and spend some time, like I said, recapping, focusing on others and yourself and getting your headspace into a positive area, you'll make drastic improvements in your personal life. I really do believe this because I've done this myself. Once again, not professional advice, just the guy on YouTube, but I want to share what I've done in my own life to go ahead and help other people out, and hopefully this will. So go ahead and pursue those relationships. Go ahead and be an aid and a help to others, and within that, get yourself into a more positive headspace where you'll be able to go ahead and create and figure out things because you have the right attitude that are leaning towards your purpose. All right. So I'm going to do, just so you guys know, if you do enjoy this, I'm going to be making other videos as time goes on. Just full disclosure, I do work full time and I do have a family. So, I'm going to try the best I can to put out these videos. But if this was helpful to you, please subscribe, please comment. And I'm going to go ahead and put in a link somewhere, maybe not a link, maybe down in the description, my Instagram also. So please follow me and help and join me on this journey. Help me on this journey because this doesn't mean much if I don't have an audience or people to share this to. And honestly, all I really want to do is help people. So if this is helpful to you, please let me know. Have a great day. Take it easy.